Hi everyone, it's Naomi, food and health coach. I have been wanting to talk about this topic for quite some time now, the toxic relationship that we create with food and exercise. If you're watching the replay, welcome. Let me know your thoughts on this. If you can relate, drop a comment. I would love to know what your thoughts are. However, so yeah. Oftentimes, when I hear people all over Instagram in person talking about their relationship between food and exercise, I don't even think you realize this is going on. But talking about the relationship between food and exercise, I just think it's so toxic the way that people talk about it and you refer to it in having them meshed together. And what I mean by that is people say things like, oh, I'm going to go exercise now because later I'm going to eat a big meal and I'm going to cheat, right? That's another thing that I'm just like, we're not using that language either. Like, you're not doing anything wrong. Using the word cheat is so negative, right? But let's stay on track here. So they're like, I'm going to have a huge meal later. I'm going to go to a barbecue, or I'm going to go out to dinner with friends or to brunch or whatever. So I need to get a really good exercise in now. You're tying the two, right? You're marrying them. Or conversely, you are at or having a big meal or something that you normally don't have. You're indulging, you're treating yourself, you're having a good time. And then you say, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to work this off tomorrow. Or I'm going to have to go to the gym to work this meal off, right? And again, that's connecting the two, marrying the two. And I would love to challenge you to separate the two. Yes, they work together. Everything in our wellness, or what we do for our wellness, we work on it to be holistic, in holistic wellness. So we sleep and we have community and we, I don't know, do arts and crafts and have careers and do all these other things for our wellness, right? We take breaks. And I would love for you to find the value in each one individually, just contributing to your holistic wellness instead of tying the two together, because that starts to create a really toxic relationship. Especially, I think the main one is between food and exercise. And then you can't enjoy either one because you feel so guilty when you're doing one or the other. You can't fully enjoy what's going on, right? So if you're having this meal, all you're thinking about is how you need to go work it off the next day, right? And if you're working out, all you can think about is how hard you need to do this, because then later you're going to go have this meal, right? So, and I'll give you an example. A few weeks ago, I was at an event and the dessert was like a very delicious, decadent chocolate cake. And I was just enjoying the crap out of that. And someone came up to me and was like, oh, we're going to see you tomorrow working out, right? To burn off this cake. And I was like, no. I said, you might see me working out, possibly, but it's not going to be because I need to work out this cake. And they were like, well, then why are you going to do it? And my response was, because that's what I do. I work out. Like, it's part of my wellness. It's part of my routine. I try and work out Saturdays and Sundays if possible. Sometimes Saturday is more of an intense workout, and then Sunday is more of like a yoga flow to help with my mobility. However, it doesn't mean that because I'm having this chocolate cake right now, I need to feel pressured to work out tomorrow. Now, here's another reason why this is important, because the next day something happened. I don't know. I think my kids got sick or something like that. And I didn't get to work out. I didn't get to do yoga, nothing. So if I had it in my mind that I need to connect these two things, or that these two things were connected because I had chocolate cake, then I was going to go and I had to go work out the next day to burn this off. Can you imagine like how shitty you feel? Because you're like, oh my gosh, now I'm gonna get so fat. Like, that's such bullshit. No, you're not. Like, something came up. So making it an individual relationship kind of helps your mindset and not feel so shitty about yourself, and just giving it its own lane. Because then it's like, okay, I eat this way in a certain way because it makes me feel good. It doesn't make me bloated. It's good for my health. It contributes to my health. And I also exercise because it makes me feel good. It makes me stronger. It protects my lean muscle mass. Sure, it contributes to weight management. However, I don't want you to make that the main reason why you're doing it, because then your weight varies. It goes up and down. But if the core reason as to why you're doing it is because of all these other reasons, because it makes you feel good, it gives you more energy, it makes you feel stronger, it helps your mental health, that has a lot to do with it. Working out actually improves your mental health a lot. It just makes you feel better. Then they're both independent things that you do for yourself, for your holistic wellness. So I want you to see that distinction instead of marrying, I'm going to go eat, so I need to work out, or I ate this meal, so now I need to work out, can turn very toxic. And then when you don't get to one or the other, then you feel super guilty, like you did something wrong, which is not the case. Now, the one time that I agree about marrying movement and food is when you're trying to balance out your sugar spikes, right? So let's say that you just had a big meal. A really good way, aside from balancing your meals, which I'm going to talk about a little bit, or no, that I'm going to have a workshop on that. So I'll just fill you in a second. If you have a big meal, it is really good for your health to have some movement, but not to beat yourself up, like going for a walk, doing some chores, dancing, going on the bike for a little while, right? That immediately after a meal, or a few minutes or whatever, once you're done with your meal, can impact your health in a positive way, because it helps mitigate the sugar spikes that you're having, and therefore the insulin release in the body, which can then lead to inflammation, insulin resistance, like all these other things. Then this is a good idea to marry the two in a positive, non-toxic relationship. But if you're going to be working on marrying the two, like I'm having chocolate cake today, right now for dinner, and then I'm waiting till tomorrow to burn it off, that is toxic, marrying it in a toxic way, or pre-planning ahead, doing your workout. That's when it becomes toxic. But if you separate the two, then it's not toxic anymore. Hey, y'all, everybody's joining in now. I'm halfway through the story, but if you want me to repeat it, just let me know. Or you can watch the replay. I will be posting this. But yes, this is the main distinction I want you to make. And I'll quickly just recap that. When I think the relationship is toxic is when you're relying on one and it's codependent. So I'm going to have a big meal later, so I need to work out now to mitigate that meal. Or I just had all this right now and I need to go work out tomorrow to burn this off. And then if none of the two happens, or you can't get to your workout, or for whatever reason, then you're like, oh my gosh, I did something wrong, when you did not. So that is my whole spiel on that. And when is it positive to marry the two, which is that one time. There might be other times, but specifically this one time when you're trying to mitigate your sugar spikes. And then when you're just tying the two, you have to do one because you did the other, or vice versa. That is a more toxic way to look at your relationship between food and exercise. And I just wanted to fill you guys in. I know I spoke about balancing foods and that helping you mitigate sugar spikes as well. I am going to be having a workshop that I'm going to be hosting on May 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys are all welcome to come. It's in honor of my 2-year anniversary. The link to register is in my bio for right now. And you guys are welcome to do that and join me on March 24th, 7 p.m. For that workshop. And if you guys have any questions so far, you can feel free and drop it right here and I can answer that for you, because I know it's something that I see all the time when people are like, I'm going to go work out because I had this, right? Or I need to go work out because I'm going to have that. Right? So it's been great chatting. I'm going to post this on my page if you missed the first half of it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.